Good morning. Wednesday, April 16th, around 8:30 a.m. Just got dropped off at Beauty Spot Gap, hiking back towards Uncle Johnny's, a 12-mile slack pack. The goal today is to make some time because I want to get down to the river by like 1:40 at the latest so that I can catch the little raft across the river, which shuts down at 2 p.m. If I don't make it there in time, then I have to call for the shuttle to come and get me. But I want to experience that. So I am working to get there and I'm tripping over roots on the way. Anyway, it's gonna be a good day. Sunny. Right now it's a little breezy, but I think once we get down the mountain on the other side, we'll be on the little leeward side away from the breeze. Looking forward to a good day. So I made it up the first uphill. I don't think there's hardly any uphills after this. Little ones along the way. And again, I have to make a good pace to be able to get down to the river in time to catch that little raft ferry across. Otherwise, I'm calling the shuttle. And I just think it would be so cool to film myself on the raft going across. So I really don't want to miss that. Gretel's moving pretty darn fast this morning. You know, we're carrying like 3-pound day packs on our back. We each are carrying our fanny packs with all of our snacks in it. So really all that I have in my day pack is a bathroom kit, just in case I need to stop along the way. I also have my water filter and my water bottle. I had to carry my water bottle in the pack because these day packs really don't support the weight of a bottle holder on the strap, and my water then weighs 2 pounds for the liter. So basically that's my weight. Not a lot. Looks like there's a slight climb here, not much, but it is pretty much all downhill at some point here, all the way into Uncle Johnny's. When we get back tonight, we have to do a little more resupplying from the outfitter, some backpacking meals and such. And I need to get cash back because I'm running low on cash, and a lot of these shuttle services and such only take cash. But we're gonna order Domino's pizza for dinner. So last night I ate well and got a good night's sleep. And usually that translates into a pretty strong hike the next day. So let's hold that. I hope that holds true today. I am feeling good. So anyway, follow along and I'll keep filming new and exciting things, I hope. It's about 9:10 a.m. I'm currently on the top of Unicum Mountain. So you have Irwin, Tennessee down there. I don't know if you can see it. There is a dirt road that comes up here as well. This is what it looks like. It's sunny but very, very breezy, so I'm trying to shout as I talk. I gotta get moving today though, so I can get down to the river in time. So I'm gonna head on down. All right, it's 10:20. Still heading towards the Nolenchucky River. About 8.4 miles out. Prior to stopping, I was averaging about 3 miles an hour, so making great time. Would have gotten me down there probably around 12:30. But we hit some trail magic. A gentleman by the name of BT served up some brownies, apples, oranges, banana bread, cranberry bread, coffee, apple cider, hot tea. Super nice guy. So Gretel and I stopped, obviously. And whenever you get trail magic like that, it's just a polite thing to do, to hang out and talk for a while. So we were probably there for about 20 minutes. But now we're back at it on a short little climb. Really not a lot of climbing today. Pretty simple stuff. So I should be able to continue to move fast. Won't be down at the river at 12:30 anymore, probably 12:50, 1 o'clock. Ferry shuts down at 2. So as long as I get there before 2, I should be fine. And I really want to get across the river in the raft. I just think that's the coolest thing. I don't know if they'll let me videotape while I'm in the raft, but Gretel should be able to videotape me as I'm going across. And then I can videotape him as he's going across. And then we can just swap videos. So that'll be good. As long as he doesn't speak in German as he's narrating mine. He's pretty good about doing English, but yeah, Anyway, it's a beautiful day out. It's still breezy, sunny. It's gonna get crazy warm here in the near future. It's Wednesday, but Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it's supposed to be 81, 82 degrees. Prior to that in the 70s, high 60s. And you know, something I've noticed is when it heats up here, it's not a dry heat, obviously, many of you know that. There's a lot of humidity in the air, so I can only imagine how hot it's really gonna seem. And yeah, that affects you just as much as the cold does. There are these shorts that I like. A lot of hikers get them on the trail. They have all these crazy designs. They're called chicken leg shorts. It's a company name, I guess. And so I think when I'm in Harper's Ferry, I'm gonna get myself a pair for my birthday, or see if Gwen will give me some. But they have all kinds of cool, bright colors and crazy designs on them. And they're like running shorts. And I think during the summer months, those will be great for the trail. That's what people wear, running shorts. And she's sending me from home one of my really thin, lightweight, like tank top type shirts. It's not really a tank top, but it's sleeveless, from Peloton. And I'll wear that along during the summer to keep myself cool, because I know that people are out in the heat sweating like crazy. I don't sweat as much as some of these other hikers, but I'm certain I will when it comes time for summer. So it'd be nice to be able to keep myself cool. I don't know if I mentioned it, but when we were in Hot Springs, I already had to replace my shoes. The shoes I brought out here, I love them. Ultra Lone Peaks, they're trail runners. I put 275 miles of the trail on them, and probably another 200 miles at home walking the neighborhood. So I knew I'd be changing them out sooner than most. Most people change out their shoes every 400 to 500 miles. The only brand they had in stock were Topos, and I'm liking those even more. The Topos are trail runners, the ones I got. They have boots, but I got the trail runners, and they have more cushion in them, and they've been very, very comfortable. So I'll likely, if I can, when it's time to replace these, get some more Topos. People say that Topos usually last about 400 to 500 miles, so we'll see where that gets me. But yeah, I noticed the difference right away. My old ones had no tread on them anymore, and I was slipping and sliding on everything. These have a bit more grip on them, which makes that nice. Now, Gretel and I were together a minute ago, and I haven't stopped at all, and now I don't see him anywhere. He just took off, so he's probably in behind these trees here, because he can't be too far ahead of me, but he's definitely ahead of me. Anyway, not concerned. We're making good progress, and I'm super excited about getting down to the river and taking that raft across. It'll be quite the experience. So yeah, stay tuned. Let's see how it goes. 11:46, just came across a shelter here on the way down the mountain. Didn't get the name of it. I'm trying to go a bit faster. I've fallen way behind Gretel. I've stopped a number of times to take off different layers. I dressed warm today, so I've been stopping more than I should be, try to make up time. And then that trail magic took a little time away, about 25-30 minutes. So I should get down to the river by 1:30. They shut down at 2, so I should be fine. Gretel will probably be down there around 12:50. So I don't want him to wait forever on me, because we want to video each other going across. And so I'll do my best to make up the time. The trail's fine right now. It's been kind of rooty and rocky over the last few miles. I'm probably about 3.5 miles out, so I could pick up some time here. If the trail still is like this, then it shouldn't be too hard. It's a beautiful day. The breeze might still be going, but I'm in a position where it's not affecting me, and that's why I had to take off another layer. I was just getting too warm. So I'm currently wearing my t-shirt and wind shirt and shorts. Doing well. About 7 hikers have come up the mountain, maybe 8, all from Uncle Johnny's last night. I think there were 2 I didn't recognize. They may be day hikers or section hikers, but all the other ones I do. And I guess Uncle Johnny's offers another option besides slack packing back. They will take your backpack up 12 or 20 miles, and you can leave Uncle Johnny's and hike to that position and grab your backpack from them. So you're actually hiking the distance without a backpack at all. So some people are choosing that option, or maybe you're carrying your day pack if you have one, so that you have the essentials like water and such. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on at the moment. And I'm gonna keep plugging along and try to get down there so I'm not holding up Gretel. I'm thinking I might borrow one of their bikes today and ride into Irwin. They have bikes. The ride is 3 miles in, 3 miles back. I may go to the post office and mail some things home again to Gwen. I don't know. I have a handful of small things I'd like to get rid of. I was gonna wait until Damascus, but last night when we were going into town, a woman on the shuttle went into the post office, and it had to have been about 4:30. So apparently they stay open late. I'll have to find out what their hours are and see how realistic it is to get down into town. Gretel doesn't want to take the shuttle in today. We'd rather just order pizza to us, but maybe I can convince him to at least ride bikes into town. We'll see. Anyway, I'm on my way. It's 12:30. I'm about 2 miles out from the river crossing to Uncle Johnny's. For the last half mile to 3/4 of a mile, the trail's been super flat and wide, so it's very fast going. Thankfully, I should be down at the river probably at this rate. If the trail stays like this, maybe 110, 115. A hiker coming up the mountain told me that Gretel's about 10 minutes ahead of me. I thought he'd be a lot further ahead. So he won't be waiting too long for me. We want to be able to film each other crossing the river. So yeah, excited. I'll definitely meet the raft shuttle across before they close down. That's super exciting. But the path is amazing right now, the flattest I've seen in a while. Here's a beautiful little creek coming down with a little waterfall. I mean, this trail has just been amazing. I've had few moments where I've been a little mopey. Typically those are on rainy days and cold, cloudy days, which I guess stands to reason. And I start having a little bit of self-doubt, but usually it only lasts a short while. But then I get very confident and excited when I have days like this. I'll tell you, when we're out here, we meet all these people that have not done the trail before, and they kind of worship us, I guess. Call us heroes. We really haven't done very much. 350 miles, something like that. 355 miles today is where we're at. I don't feel like I've accomplished much at all. I mean, there's just so much left to do, and really all I'm doing is walking. The hardest part of this really for me has been dialing in my diet, just making certain I'm getting enough to eat, and that I'm not getting sick of the food that I have to eat. And I think this last resupply, I feel happy with what I've been able to do. The one that it's going to take us the next 5 or so days. So I'm going to say we're heading up to Hampton, Tennessee, which is about 65 to 70 miles up. And we want to stay at Boots Off Hostel, which is a very, very popular hostel. So we'll probably call the day to make the reservations. So we're looking at getting there in about 6 days, 5 days. We'll have to reevaluate the distance and how many miles we're going to go each day. Before we get out on the trail, when we're in town like this, not only do we kind of go over our menu items ahead of time so we know what we're buying, but we also kind of go over the maps for the upcoming part of the trail, and we kind of look and see where the shelters are, the campsites are, so we can kind of decide what kind of distance we'll do. Lately, we're kind of judging our distance at about 15 miles out. Sometimes we have to cut it short to about 13 miles because of the placement of the campsites or the shelters. And sometimes we have to stretch it a little bit. I think one day coming up, we're probably gonna have to do about 17 miles to make it work. Though my map that I'm using is a little different than one Gretel's using. He's using the AT guide, which has a lot of good information, but it doesn't include all the campsites. I'm using the Far Out guide. I also have the AT guide, but I'm not using it. And he also has the Far Out guide, and he's not using it. But anyway, mine shows a lot more campsites in between. So that 17-mile day may not necessarily have to be 17 miles. We may be able to do 15 miles on that day as well. But we usually, at this rate, we're trying to get 15 miles at least in our day if we can. So we feel accomplished, and that kind of keeps Gretel on pace for getting to the end of the trail by the time he has to head home. His fly out day is September 4th, and he'd like to finish this the end of August. I'd like to finish this the end of August. I think I've said that once or twice. So yeah, I guess we'll just have to see how it plays out. I mean, who knows? There could be a time where we're doing up to 20 miles. When we get up to Pennsylvania, there's some very, very flat pasture type land for about 200 miles, I understand. And we could theoretically do 20-mile days there for 10 days in a row. And that might advance us up the trail faster and get us done sooner. But you know, that's all speculation because honestly, I don't know what tomorrow holds. I try to only worry about the next stop. So 4 to 5 days in advance is what I'm looking ahead to. And that's what I do, because if I try to do any more than that, it's overwhelming. And I do often self-reflect. I was doing that before I came to the trail, and there's a lot of time to think while you're out here. So my thinking lately is that I try to envision myself finishing the trail and how I'd feel if that happens. And you know, I've done that in my life. I've envisioned certain things and it kind of helps me, and I'm hoping that by doing it now, it helps me achieve this goal. But I don't know. I mean, injuries have been common out here. People have dropped off that you never imagined would drop off the trail. So I'm hoping that I'm able to make it work. On a note, we heard from 62. Gretel texted him yesterday. He's about 3 days behind. He got off trail to resupply and x-ray his shin. It's not a stress fracture, so he's gonna take it easy. Again, that puts him about 3 days behind. He may fall further behind. We may or may not meet up with him again. We really don't know. But we have one another to fall on right now, so that's good. And you know, honestly, we're all out here for ourselves anyway. I came out here knowing that there was a big possibility that I'd be hiking on my own. And I'm just thankful that that hasn't been the case. So anyway, the trail's staying like this, so I'm making great progress, and I'll just keep plugging along. It's about 10 till 1. Looks like I made it down to the Nolan-Chuckey River. Obviously, I think I've still got a little more than a mile to go before I get to the crossing that I'm going to take. But close to being at river level, so I wouldn't imagine I would be climbing or going down anymore, although there's a slight climb now. But you can see the river down there, and there's a roadway parallel to it. So yeah, it looks like I'm getting close to where my crossing is going to happen. I was thinking probably be at the crossing around 1:15 to 1:20, so kind of makes sense, I guess. So I was talking to a shuttle driver yesterday, or no, I'm sorry, this morning, and this community lost 6 people in the hurricane. They were working for a fabrics company, or a company in the town, and you may have heard about it on the news, but they saw the floodwaters coming into the building area, and they asked to go home, and their bosses wouldn't let them go home, telling them that they could potentially be fired if they left, and that they were going to be fine. So they stayed, and then in an effort to get out, they ended up being swept away. So I guess the exit was lower than where they were at, and from the shuttle driver's view, it's like 5 feet deep or something like that, or more, rushing water. And the person who had a flatbed truck asked him to climb on the back of the flatbed truck and he'd drive him out. Well, as he was driving out of the facility, I guess a tree came down and knocked him unconscious, and they all got swept off the flatbed truck. And so they were the 6 lives that were lost in this community from the disaster. And the shuttle driver this morning also said that he got some brief video, basically, of houses, parts of houses, cars, propane tanks, all floating down the river. He actually saw the bridge break away when it broke away, and he said he was very surprised that no other loss of life occurred. So we're thankful for that. Anyway, that's the story he gave. I don't really know the facts or if that's true or not, but yeah, that's the river, and I'll be on a raft here soon going across it, which is super exciting, so stay tuned. It's 1 o'clock, coming across the rail line here. It looks like the trail takes me right up and over. Now this rail line had like 60 miles of it destroyed by that hurricane. And my understanding is there's just a steady stream of these big trucks going through town and past Johnny's. You may have seen them or heard them in my videos. And they're currently in the process of repairing the railroad. Like I said, about 60 miles of it needs to be repaired. It just basically took whole embankments away. And it's I guess an essential system for this community, the rail lines. So they're diligently working on that, and they started it back in October, and it's still ongoing. And just the shuttle driver this morning again said there were about 100 trucks initially just coming and going all day long. I don't know that there are that many, but I mean, they're still coming and going all day long. They look like rock hauling trucks. Also in town, the biggest employer at the moment is a private company that produces nuclear fuel for US naval submarines. So yeah, that's interesting. But the biggest employer used to be an industrial park that had hundreds of people that lost their jobs because of the flooding as a result of the hurricane. So now the biggest employer is that nuclear facility, I guess you would say. I don't know. But apparently it's safe for the community because people don't seem to be worried about it. So I'm really close. Uncle Johnny's is right across the way over there. I can see the building. I'm probably less than 1/10 of a mile from the ferry crossing. I don't know if Gretel waited for me so I could film him or if he's already across. But I'm hoping they'll let me use my phone as we're going across. They may not, for worry that I'll drop it in the water. But it'd be nice if someone is filming me because I really want this documented. I just think it's the coolest thing. It used to be where at the beginning of this hiking season there was a road detour, 3-mile road detour, since the bridge is washed out, but they considered that too dangerous because of all these rock hauling trucks, and there was no shoulder for hikers to walk on. So they came up with this raft shuttle service that's free. It goes from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. every day. Right now it's 1:09, so I'm well within their time frame and super excited to give it a try. So let me show you. This was the old Appalachian Trail bridge here, which is no longer existing. You used to be able to walk across this bridge, but they've obviously got it cut off because it's not safe. So I don't know where I go down to get to this raft service. There's a church here, and it looks like it's on the opposite side of the river right now. So Gretel may have already gone across. I hope not. But the raft is over there, and let's see what happens. They see me coming, and I'm sure they're gonna come across and get me. Super breezy, so I doubt I'm gonna be able to use my camera. Hopefully Gretel's gonna film it from the other side. I don't see Gretel anywhere, and I'm not certain. I guess I have to make my way down here some way or another. There's probably a better way to get down. Let me try around this way. I think I missed the trail over here as it takes you down to the water's edge. I just took a wrong turn. I don't want to try to go down through all that mess. It's dangerous and probably not something they'd want. So I'm going to shut it off for now, and I'll film it back again when I'm getting ready. So there's the raft coming across. I'm going to walk across this sandbar over here to get to them, and board over there. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to film this. I doubt they're going to let me. So I see Gretel on the other side with his camera. I'm sorry I wasn't here for him. I'm disappointed because I'm sure he's disappointed that he didn't get filmed. But let's see what I can do.
Okay, so this is Gretel, and you can see Sunny D there, making his way to the raft. Yeah, and he got wet feet. Don't know if you could see that, but definitely has wet feet now. But anyway, it's a warm day, and he will be out of his shoes in about 5 minutes. Okay, and now you can see how they make their way across the river. I guess Sunny D is filming himself as well, so you can maybe enjoy his journey across the river from two perspectives. So they are basically now going upstream. And now making their way across. Here he is.
Sorry, I wasn't there for you, Gretel. Okay, I'm crossing the river in the new raft shuttle, which is pretty cool. There's the guy rowing it. It's a fast-moving river, this part. Looks like, so they go into this, get you across. There's Uncle Johnny's there. Looks like Gretel's taping me as well. This is what it looks like. Quite the experience. Better than a road walk. And probably safer. All right, we are there. All right, good evening. I'm sitting around their fire pit. It's breezy and cold out here. Uncle Johnny's still. We'll get out tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., get picked up and taken back to Beauty Spot Gap, where we will then proceed north. We're heading to Hampton, Tennessee next. We'll be there, I think, Monday morning, staying somewhere in town. We haven't made those arrangements yet, but we'll resupply again and stay overnight and then push on to Damascus, which will probably be another 4 days. So all is well. It was a good day today. Made some good progress, and we're waiting on Domino's Pizza for dinner. So anyway, thank you for following along, and continue to do so, please, and I'll show you some more cool stuff. Have a good evening. Sunny D out.